Hi, today's video is about door speaker testing. So here are 60 of our brand new direct replacement 3.5-inch 16 ohm NuTone entry door station speaker cones, which I've made other videos about. And today we're going to test the first batch. So I chose 60 out of the first box that I opened on the unboxing video. And I'm going to go through with the multimeter and we're going to measure the resistance of the coil in each speaker cone to make sure that they're within specifications. So these are 16 ohm speaker cones and they have a tolerance of plus or minus 15%. And if they're within tolerance, they should measure anywhere between 13.6 and 18.4 ohms. And so I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna start here at the top so there's 12 across and there's 5 down. And I'm simply going to try to not catch them all on the meter leads here. And I'm gonna go through and test them and call out what it is, and then I'll move the camera so you can see the multimeter, because there's nothing like watching numbers jump around on a multimeter. So we have 15.1, 14.9, 15, 15.1, 15.1, 15.1, 14.9, 15.1, 15.1, 15.1. You can see how incredibly exciting this is. There's nothing like it. I would rather do this than be eating a banana split outside on the cool day with a breeze. 15.1 underneath of a shade of a big tree. 15.1, 15.1, 15.2, 15, 1, 15, back and forth, right on the edge. 15.1, 15.1, 15.12, switching back and forth. So just so you know, that was 15.1, 15.1, 15.1. They're very consistent. 15, 15.2, 15, 15, 15.12, switching back and forth, 15.1, 15, even. So let's flip this one over so we don't lose our place. Then we switch the camera around and you can see the excitingness of the numbers jumping up on the screen. So you're looking at the display readout on my Agilent, also known as Keysight, formerly known as Hewlett-Packard 34461A, which is a 6.5 digit multimeter. It's way overrated for what we're doing right now, but it'll do the job, and I didn't feel like hauling out the portable meter, the X-Tech 330, whatever it is. So anyway, this one's a faster meter. It doesn't take as long to update the display. 15.2, see if we can speed it up here. 15.1, 15 even, 15.2, 15.1. Oh no, magnets sticking together. All right, back to the top. 15, 15.2, 15.1, 15.1. We'll go back up the other row instead of starting at the top. Breaking protocol here. 15.1, 15.1, 14.9, 15.1, 2. See how it switches back and forth right on the edge. 15.1, 2. See, if I change the number of digits, go up. Now we're at 5 digits. Up, one bit it on the floor. It'll be all right. 15.1. See how the two last digits switch? So it's 15.1, 3, 5, 4, because we're reading a higher number. If we switch it up to 6.5 digits, now we got a number in there. So it's 15.1413. See, you don't need to do that. Takes too long to try to sort out the number. So we'll go back up to a 3.5 digit display. We'll see if we can get our row back in order here. That's what happens when you're standing on the wrong side. Also, you guys can see this. So back down the row, 14.7. That's the lowest one so far, I think. 15.1, 15.1, 15.1, 10 more to go. 15.1, 15.1, 14.9, 15, 14.6. That's a little low. That's right next to the 14.7. And maybe they're cousins. 15.2, 15.1, 15.1, 14.9. 2 more to go. 15.1, 15.1. They all pass. So again, our tolerance would be anywhere from 13.6 to 18.4. They all easily pass that, so they're all in good condition. We had one here that, the one that fell off the bench. We got a bent flange. That's what happens when they fall off the workbench. See, bent flange. Doesn't make any difference. It'll be perfectly good to use. I'm going to adjust it. This is an official adjustment. There, good as new. Nobody will ever know. Look, just like a bought one. Perfectly good for a service call. No one will ever see it but me. Anyway, let's go ahead and reset the camera and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Now, that's what we do with every single speaker cone as it comes out of the Master Pack box. We're not really going to do them 60 at a shot. Actually, what usually happens with these is these will all go in a bin where they're ready to be shipped. And as we deplete what's in the bin, Cindy actually will take out more of the ones out of the Master Packs and she'll actually measure them with a multimeter at the office on the little workbench because it's more efficient that way since she does all the shipping. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply serial numbers to each one. So we ordered, this is 1,000 holographic security stickers, and each one has our name, our phone number, and a serial number on it. They're security stickers because when you apply one, which we're going to put one on the back of each speaker cone like that, is if you peel it off, you'll peel off the top half of the sticker and it leaves a remaining part of the sticker stuck to the back of the magnet, so you can basically see that someone has peeled the sticker off. And we're doing this for 2 reasons, and like everything we try to do, we try to be upfront about it with everyone. One, we're going to give a year's guarantee on our speaker cones here, so if you buy one and you have a problem within the year's time, we'll replace it no charge. However, when you do that, and especially because we do have other NuTone service centers and dealers who have ordered a lot of these from us, and you really do have to keep track of what it is you are selling and who you're selling it to and when did it go out and all that sort of stuff. And these will all be logged in as they're sent out, so we know where they went and when they went and who they went to. And when you're dealing with large quantities of something like 1,000 speaker cones, it's really easy for it to get out of hand. So we felt that it would be beneficial to put stickers on them so we know what's what and who's who. You know, if you're a big company like NuTone, you can have all kinds of fancy formalized serial numbers and warranty programs and all that kind of stuff. But we're just a single shop with a few people and we have to keep it simple, and putting stickers on is easy. See? Almost halfway done. One of the things I always found really interesting, once a long time ago, was probably back in the early 90s. Once a year, NuTone used to have this get-together back in Cincinnati at the factory, and they would invite 1 or 2, usually 1 service center from each region in the United States for a 2 or sometimes 3-day sort of get-together conference-y kind of thing, and to talk about problems with the way service center things were going and the service center program and problems with products and all that kind of stuff. For whatever reason, they would hold it in January. because that was a great time to do it. They would send you out the world's cheapest plane ticket, and because of, I guess, where Cincinnati is located, there aren't a lot of direct flights, or at least at that time, I guess, there weren't direct flights into Cincinnati. You have to fly to Chicago, and then you have to either change planes or wait, and then some people got off, and some people got on, and then you flew to this little airport, which I don't remember where that was exactly. And I remember that when I told people when I went the very first time, people told me, well, if you're going to Chicago Airport, I think it's O'Hare, in January, don't go outside because you'll die of frostbite probably within like 3 minutes. I didn't really understand why that would be the case, coming from sunny California, where during January it can easily be 62 degrees or 65 degrees sometimes. So we got in Chicago. It was a red-eye flight. I think we left Oakland Airport at like 10 o'clock at night, and I don't know what time we got to Chicago, but it was pretty late, and we were going to be there for about 90 minutes, I think, because we were changing planes. And I went outside. I'd walk outside just to see, and I swear it was probably about 40 degrees below zero outside. Although people there did have some of the very nicest winter coats I'd ever seen. And then we went on to the other little airport and ended up at some point in Cincinnati the next morning. Of course, we were all really tired. And while we were there, see, that didn't take very long to do 60 of those. While we were there, we got a tour of the factory and the parts warehouses and where everything went on. And they had, in one area, they had these big canvas roll-around carts like you see at the post office that all the mail's thrown in. And there was 2 or 3 of them there in the parts warehouse. And somebody asked what those were. And they were full of NuTone warranty tag. So back in the day when you bought a NuTone product, you get this little cardboard warranty card and you put your name and address and had some basic questions on about your income and where you live and that kind of junk. And it would have the product, the model number and the serial number of like the Intercom that you bought or something. And then you would put a stamp on it and mail it back to NuTone, and you would guess that they would register it and you'd be in some big database and they'd know who you are and all that kind of stuff. And for the most part what they did is they took it and somebody opened up it and they took it and they threw it in the bin like that, and that's where they were. There's probably 10,000 of them in each bin. So we're going to try to do a little better than that. These actually look kind of cool because, I don't know if you can see, you see all the colors. Top row looks kind of magenta and then orange, and then we got some yellow going to green and light blue to darker blue and some purple ones down here, and that's the holographic effect of the stickers, which is kind of cool. So now we have serial numbers on all of them. They start at 1015 and they end at 1064 because I did some other ones earlier for a service call. Actually, I have used some of these already on some service calls for local customers. So these are all ready to go. So these will go back to the office. The next video you'll see about this is the little installation kit that comes with it because I forgot to bring it to the shop today, so I can't do it in this video. Every single one of these that you buy, they have a year's warranty. They each have been individually tested and looked at to make sure they're okay, and we don't send out any junk. That's pretty much it. Probably not the most exciting video in the world, but what are you going to do? That's all for today. I hope you found this to be perhaps interesting and hopefully helpful. If you did, give it a big thumbs up on YouTube. Hey, we need more thumbs up. You know, it's not a lot to ask when you watch a video to click on the little thumbs up thing right up there under the video where it plays. You got a thumbs up and a thumbs down. We don't want any of this thumbs down stuff because we don't deserve that, but I think we deserve a thumbs up. So how about on this video, everybody that watches it gives me a thumbs up. That helps. YouTube looks at that kind of stuff and it pushes our rankings up so more people find our videos, and people need door speaker cones. So come on guys, it's not that much to ask. It's one more click. There'll be a banner right here that shows you how to subscribe. Go to our YouTube homepage, click on the bell or on the wheel, put in your email address, and every time we post a new video, you'll get a notification and you can watch it. That's all for today. See you on the next video.